Hello everybody and welcome to Come Dine With Me Western New York. Sponsored by Key Video Productions and the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. I'm Oliver Wolf.
And I'm Jan Farrington. And our show introduces you to some of the area's best restaurant treasures. We're going to meet their chefs who will prepare those same mouth-watering signature dishes that you find on their restaurant menus. And you're going to be able to learn some of their trade secrets to making them on your own.
And Jan, today's it's all about Italian cuisine.
Ah, that's one of my favorites, Oliver.
Number 70, Buffalo Bill's Eric Wood is with us for some veal parm at Elio de Palos in Blaisdell.
Then we visit La Cascada at Seneca Niagara Resorts and Casino with Chef Justin Nelson. You're going to be meeting Justin for the first time on our show, and he's going to be preparing a grilled veal chop, saltimbocca style.
And later on the show in our kitchen invasion, we continue our Italian theme when the chefs visit a group of ladies that are planning a trip to Tuscany. But our first stop is the Italian Village restaurant in Depew. And Jen, I know you've been to that one, so you can fill us in a little bit on that.
I have been to the restaurant several times, and you're greeted by the Balconi family, and the minute you walk in, you feel like your family. You can smell the sauce simmering, and they make all their own homemade bread. They have an olive oil dipping oil. They have banquet facilities for 100. The restaurant is sleek and glamorous and sexy. All the food.
I got to go and check it out. I got to go and check it out.
Really
but let's see how they're doing with Marco, John, and FIFA Balconi at Artisan Kitchen and Bath. Here we go.
5 decades in the business, this family knows what tradition is. They know what it means to put bread on the table. I'm with John and FIFA Balconi of the Italian Village. The whole family is together under one roof now, and we're about to make one of your house specialties. Am I right?
Yes.
Welcome to Come Dine With Me, guys. Tell us what we're going to start making.
Thank you, Marco. So we start to make as a traditional dish from Sicily. We call it pasta puttanesca. That's an assortment with garlic, onions.
So you want to make sure that the garlic is brown.
Garlic, you know, we got to saute the garlic
and the onions. And the onions, because that brings out the flavor. Now, John, should we tell the audience what the puttanesca sauce means or where it comes from, where it originated?
But it originated right from Sicily.
It meant feeding the ladies of the evening is what
Exactly.
it meant. So I'll take the blame on that one, and I'll tell the audience what it means.
You know what I'm saying, yeah.
It's okay. So we got our onions and our garlic sauteed, and we're going to add
tomatoes.
Add the anchovies.
Now, don't be afraid of the anchovies, right? The anchovies is a traditional Sicilian ingredient.
dish, yeah.
You're going to have to put if you don't want anchovies.
But it also gives it that saltiness, and they will melt, so it's not like you're going to be eating a whole fillet of anchovy. So what do? We saute it until the anchovy melts? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
We can let it wait a few minutes,
Okay.
and we can start with tomatoes.
And you're using a fresh tomato? You're
Yes,
fresh
fresh
just
tomatoes.
diced regular beefsteak or Roma?
That's Roma tomatoes.
Roma tomato?
It's the best tomatoes.
Okay.
We
And then
can
this
use
is
for
a
that.
San Marzano tomato sauce,
It's,
correct?
yes.
No.
Go ahead, let's put in the tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
About how many tomatoes do you think that is?
4 or 5
Okay.
tomatoes. Depends how many quantity you want to make it.
Right, right.
If you want to make one dish, you can put 2 or 3 tomatoes. If you want to make a half a dozen people, you can put them, like I say, about a dozen
Which
tomatoes.
is what the Italian Village serves.
Well, that's
you know,
a normal
they make
we
one
do, yeah.
plate, it serves 5 or 6 people, am I right?
Yeah.
We don't know how to cook small. This is odd.
You have a dinner, and then you do a lunch the next day,
Right,
probably
exactly.
dinner again, you know. And
Just get the capers.
Now the capers add another little dimension of saltiness,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes. Now we can do so the green olives slice. Now we start them with black olives. So that's like the calamari. That's an assortment of Sicilian and Greek olives.
I was going to say a lot of
Yes.
Greek cooking
Greeks.
is a lot like the Sicilian cooking as well.
You know,
When you're adding Kalamata olives to the dish, make sure that they're pitted because you don't want to bite into an olive pit. You could break a tooth, and I call them little olive bones, so be careful with those. Oh, it smells good. So what's next?
now I'm going to put some basil and parsley.
It's all about freshness. It's all about the ingredients, and you can see that these are top quality ingredients going into the Italian Village dishes.
Okay, now we put a little bit sauce, tomato sauce.
So tell me a little bit about the restaurant. You got a banquet room there. It seats
about 110. Then we got another one between 45, 50, and plus the dining room we have it, you know.
Nice, and it's all about the Italian heritage. It's all about the traditional Sicilian cooking. I'm Sicilian as well, so in family tradition, I understand.
Shortino, where do you think it come from?
I know. And I remember when I opened up my restaurant 25 years ago, you were one of the first people to come and say congratulations, and you told me how to buy pasta.
Remember when I told you paid too much money for the pasta?
I paid too much money. I do. I remember it well.
I'm telling you, I'll never forget that.
No, me neither.
I said, you paid $1 a pound. I said, Marcos, what are you doing?
I know.
Now it's $3 a pound.
Now it's $3 a pound. But I know, it's been a great run. The water's boiling, it's lightly salted, and we're going to add some al dente spaghetti. I love when a husband and wife are cooking in the kitchen, and John says to FIFA, give me a spoon. She says, you don't need it. So John pretends he cooks, but FIFA's in the kitchen all the time.
You got that right.
He's out in the dining room talking, am I right?
You got that
Constantly?
right. Yeah.
You got to have somebody have a customer relation.
That's right. That's right.
And the customer relation, this means a lot.
Absolutely.
Especially today. You go any place else, I mean, I see you're cooking in the kitchen, and you got people in your dining room. You finish your cook, you go to the table.
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
How are you, Joe? How are you, Tony?
That's right.
You know, and people like that.
And I learned from the best. I learned from John at the Italian Village. And I remember going there, and the first person that would greet us at the door was John. And it always impressed me. So when I'm in my business, I do the same thing. I mirror image. I mirror after success. The John Balcones, the Ross Salvatores of the industry.
I do my best what I can to, try to teach somebody else the best.
Pasta puttanesca. This is a single serving at the Italian Village. The Balcone family is in the kitchen, making sure it's done right and it's done fresh. This is incredible. The flavors are intense. The olives, the capers, the anchovies. Man, you guys do it right. Go visit my friends at the Italian Village.
6354 Trent Road in Depew.
Come and dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Key Video Productions, television, video, DVD.
I'm Brett Brennan, and I'm the chef at Ocean Restaurant, and you're watching Come Dine With Me in Western New York.
For all your duplication needs, call our courteous and professional staff. Key Video is ready to go to work for you.
Some say it's our amazing sports bar. Others, our relaxed and comfortable dining room. And then there are those who say it's our private meeting and banquet rooms where we take care of everything. Whatever draws you to Buffalo's best grill and catering, one thing's for certain, you'll always get a great meal. We pride ourselves on our casual atmosphere with very comfortable prices. Buffalo's best grill and catering, Southwestern Boulevard in Orchard Park. Stop in today and see why we're Buffalo's best.
It's not every day that you find a getaway with something for everyone. At Seneca Resorts and Casinos, we're all about escaping the everyday for some luxury, some relaxation, and a lot of excitement after work or the game, for an evening of wonder or a weekend away. Seneca Resorts and Casinos, the excitement you've been looking for.
I'm here today with Chef Justin Nelson.
Hey, thank you,
Justin,
Chef.
how are you?
Very
Welcome.
good.
Justin was our La Cascada chef at the Seneca Niagara Resort, and a fairly new addition to our team. You came from the Borgata in Atlantic City, and I know you joined the CIA, not that CIA, the Culinary Institute of America. And what are you showing us today?
Today we're going to be doing a grilled veal chop saltimbocca.
All right, very good.
All right, well the first thing we want to do is grab our bone-in veal chops. These are a 10-ounce veal chop.
Beautiful.
Yes, we're going to lightly brush them with a little bit of olive oil. We're going to put some salt and pepper on them. Now that we have a good salt and pepper crust on our veal chops, we're going to put them onto our preheated grill plate. Get some nice, beautiful golden grill marks on them.
And that's really what you want to hear, the sizzle once it hits the pan. Pan is not hot enough, then you just But you know, boil your meat and that's not good.
Yeah, it's not hot enough, it may stick as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let these sit here for about 1.5 to 3 minutes, depending on how hot your pan is. Obviously you don't want to get them too dark, but we do want some nice grill marks on there. As you can see, we have some grill marks, not too dark, not too light. You don't want to overpower the rest of the ingredients, so looks perfect. We're gonna put them on a sheet pan with a little bit of parchment paper.
Looking good.
All right, now let's start assembling the veal saltimbocca.
Now there are 2 ingredients that belong in every saltimbocca, right?
Yes, chef. Prosciutto and sage, 2 of my favorite ingredients. First, we're going to take some chiffonade of sage. We chiffonade this so we can release some of the oils. This herb is closely related to rosemary. Many people are familiar with rosemary, not many familiar with sage.
It also has anti-aging components in there, the sage. You know, a lot of the lotions and potions we put on ourselves containing sage, and back in the old days, sage was used for to preserve meat.
All right, now that we have a good amount of sage on top of these veal chops, we're going to cover it with a little bit of prosciutto di Parma. Now, so we have some thin slices here. We'll probably put maybe a slice and a half on each veal chop. All right, now that we have the sage and the prosciutto on top of the veal chop, we're going to cover it with buffalo mozzarella. We're going to pop them in the oven at about 375 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes. We have the veal chop saltimbocca in the oven. We can start working our sauce. For today, I personally love a mushroom red wine demi. So first we're going to take a couple tabs of butter, throw it in a preheated pan. We're going to add our mushrooms, our minced shallot, and a little bit of sliced garlic. Now we're going to toss that all around, make sure it's all coated with butter.
Now for our viewers out there, they can get the veal chop, that particular preparation, the saltimbocca style, at La Cascada.
Yes, chef.
And for those viewers out there who haven't been to La Cascada lately,
we have great flatbreads, calamari, and a variety of fresh pasta dishes. Now that you can hear the pans building up some heat, add a little salt and pepper, kosher salt, fresh cracked black pepper. And the red wine that I chose to use today is a Palazzo della Torre. So, add about half a cup or so. We're going to take this wine and reduce it down to almost a syrup. And then once it's reduced all the way down, we're going to add about a cup of brown veal stock. Oh, thank you, chef. And now we're going to reduce that down by about half.
Oh, really good. Nice and juicy, the veal. You get the sage flavor, the smokiness from the prosciutto. Very, very nice.
Thank you so much, chef. And if you'd like to try the veal saltimbocca, come down to La Cascada at the Seneca Niagara Casino and Resort. Come dine with me, Western New York.
Oh, that saltimbocca, that looks so good. And you know what saltimbocca means?
I do, but why don't you tell our
In case
viewers?
the viewers don't know, it means jumps in the mouth, the boca. And I can see why, because it looks so delicious.
Yeah, and it's, you know, those 2 main ingredients in there, the prosciutto and the sage.
It's a marriage, isn't it?
It totally goes together. I think Justin, you know, he did a very nice job on it.
And I never knew that sage was related to rosemary. So
it is.
I learned something
It has
there.
anti-aging components and whatnot, but you know, you don't need that. But
Coming up a bit
anyway,
later.
in La Cascada, so Justin is our new chef down in La Cascada restaurant here at the Seneca Niagara Resort. And if our viewers haven't been there and tried his cuisine out, go check him out. He's doing a very fine job.
It's a beautiful restaurant.
It is.
A
It
nice
certainly
menu.
is.
Everything from pastas to seafoods to
Meats
beets
and whatnot. Yeah, very,
and
very
lots
nice.
of great wines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Coming up a bit later, we are going to meet a fun group of ladies. They're planning a trip to Tuscany very soon. And on the menu, of course, it's all Italian when we invade their kitchen.
Yeah, but first, let's see what number 70, Buffalo Bills center Eric Wood, does to get him going before the big game.
Welcome to Elio DePaulo's restaurant. It's a family affair here as we carry on tradition of my grandfather of serving great food, sharing stories, talking sports, and celebrating with friends and family at the Ringside Lounge.
Hi, my name is Eric Wood, number 70 for the Buffalo Bills, and I've been coming to Elio DePaulo's for many years now, and every time I come, it's like coming to a second home. You know, need to fill up after a long football game, so always start off with the stuffed peppers.
Now, if you're in the mood for something hot, a little spicy, you can't go wrong with stuffed banana peppers. Now, the reason why our banana peppers are so good is because we stuff it with our homemade Italian sausage, and then we melt it with our fresh mozzarella cheese. We also pour white wine and lemon juice over the banana peppers, which really kicks up the flavor. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that compares to this appetizer.
My favorite dish when I come to Elio's is the veal parm. Always gets me going and always a great meal.
Our most popular dish is our veal parmesan, which is pounded thin and then lightly breaded and seasoned, sauteed, then baked, and then dipped in our homemade house sauce and finished with melted mozzarella cheese.
There's a lot of tradition with Elio DePaulo's. When I first got here, a lot of the former players had told me about it and got to know Elio over the years and become really close with him, and it's fun having a friend outside of football.
It's always a great day at Elio DePaulo's. We'll see you at the Ringside Lounge.
Closed captioning provided by
CarStar Relax. We'll take it from here.
Lockport's favorite restaurant and meeting place, the Village Eatery Italian Bistro serves the finest pizza, pasta, chicken, veal, and seafood. Our famous Friday night fish fry, homemade Italian bread, and old world sauce have kept Western New Yorkers coming back for over 35 years. Check out our vast wine selection and visit the Bistro Bar for a signature martini. For really great Italian-American food, it's the Village Eatery Italian Bistro.
At Ventura's CarStar Collision, we work hard to make the repair process easy. Our highly trained technicians will restore your vehicle to pre-accident condition in no time. And we provide exceptional customer service. But you don't have to take our word for it. There's only one name to remember, Ventura's CarStar Collision. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Come in for a great time at Alton. Our extensive menu will surely satisfy everyone. Start your day off with farm fresh eggs, a hearty omelet, or a delicious Belgian waffle. Our famous chicken souvlaki is made fresh to order, as well as all of our mouth-watering burgers, sandwiches, and melts. Try our tempting portobello strip steak topped with balsamic mushrooms, caramelized onions, and melted Asiago cheese, or our shrimp fettuccine with a rich lobster cream sauce. No matter what you choose, you can never go wrong. Alton's, all good.
Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino and Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino feature the best in entertainment with world-famous performers, jaw-dropping shows, must-see concerts, and the region's best live bands. Our live entertainment venues have everything you're looking for. Also, win $1 million at Seneca Resorts and Casinos when you play our $1 Million Pro Football Challenge, now through January 3rd. Stop by any of our 3 locations and correctly pick the winners of Sunday and Monday games. Check out this and more world-class entertainment and events. Nothing else comes close at SenecaCasinos.com.
Welcome back to Come Dine With Me, Western New York. I just want to remind you to check out our Facebook page. There you're going to find great information on upcoming events. You can view past shows and enter to win gift certificates from some of our featured restaurants. And don't forget, share our page when you're there, because when you do, you are automatically entered to win free gift certificates from our restaurants.
Right now, let's head to our kitchen invasion, sponsored by our good friends at Artisan Kitchen and Bath, and see what Chef Krista, Marco, and Art have for us.
Well, my husband led me to Buffalo. We met on Long Island. He was actually in school with my brother. We moved into this area because my husband actually grew up in this neighborhood. So we loved the neighborhood and liked the house, just didn't love the house. So redoing the kitchen was sort of in the plans for me since we moved into the house. Julie at Artisan was wonderful. She helped steer me in a lot of good directions in terms of what to pick out and how to organize the kitchen, picking out cabinetry and granite. I also had a lot of help designing the kitchen with my friends who will be joining me today.
Oh, Allison's just a sweetheart. She gets along with everyone.
Just a good, kind, easygoing. She doesn't have anything bad to say about anything. Her husband is equally as nice. We get along really well as couples.
We have so much fun together. I can always count on them if I need something. You know, we've all gone through some things in our lives and they've always been there for me.
This was just going to be another extension of another good time that we're going to have together.
The ladies are getting ready to have a trip to go to Tuscany, and we wanted to send them off with some real Italian food so that when they got there, they would feel at home. Marco did his beans and greens with the scarole.
One of my absolute favorites. Just escarole lettuce cooked with some cannellini beans and some olive oil, onions, and garlic. Finish it with some Greater Romano cheese. Doesn't get any better.
Krista did her saddle of pork, which is Arroz Eoz.
Well, it was a tour of Tuscany, and I always like pork. I call it the other white meat. I was really excited to serve this as the middle course. It's simple, and it's beautiful, and it reminds me of the old Kiss Theory.
And then, of course, I did the traditional pappardelle pasta with the homemade bolognese sauce.
We're doing Tuscan cooking today. I'm with my new friend Lisa, who told me she wants to be Italian. So we're gonna change the spelling of your name to L-A-S-A, like Lazza, like lasagna.
Lazza.
You like it?
Lazza, yeah.
Lasagna fit, you know? She's a little cheesy.
Marco was really funny. He was a goofball. I like goofy people that make me laugh.
I showed my new friend Lasagna how to cut up the escarole. All I'm gonna do is just run my knife through it. I'm gonna knock everything off the table as I do it.
Okay.
You wanna cut it up in cubes. Rinse it off with some warm water so that it welts a little bit. Now our next step. Ready, Lasagna?
Ready.
All right, we got our pan heated to a medium to high heat because we're gonna saute, so we're gonna put a little Italian baptism water in there. And I lied to you, I told you medium to high heat, this thing is smoking. Sorry. Hang on, don't put that in there. You don't want it to be too hot though, that pan, you don't want it to be too hot. And take two, let's try that again. So that was really hot, so I didn't know, this stove is amazing, but we're gonna start with some Italian baptism water. We're gonna throw a little onion in there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you my rubber spoon over there.
All right.
And you're gonna stir it around a little bit. Olive oil, garlic sauteed, little chicken stock, white wine, cannellini beans, and escarole. So that was super simple, wasn't it? Really easy.
Really easy.
And it's so fresh and easy. Put it on your table tonight, please.
Okay.
Come down with me, Western New York.
We're good about it.
That's really good.
That's awesome. And hot. Holy cow.
That's really hot.
I am so happy to be here today, Allison.
I'm so excited to have
It's
you.
a tour of Tuscany, I hear.
It is.
How's that sound? So we're doing the second course, and this is a rista di male. Can you say that with me?
Arista de male.
When I went to the butcher, I asked him to release the pork loin from the bone, but then tie it back up. It roasts better, it adds flavor to it. Then what we did was I made like a paste with fresh garlic, salt, and rosemary in the Cuisinart. I rubbed that pork loin down. So we want to really stuff that in there. And you see how I just tied it back up? Now let this rest about 2 hours before, and you can leave it covered right in the fridge. Boy, is that flavor or what?
Oh, Krista was just great. She gave me some good tips. She was really fun.
Roasted it in the oven, 375 degrees for about an hour and a half. Pull it out and let it rest 15 to 20 minutes before you cut into it. So all the juices will stay in there. That's important. What I wanted to finish it with an Italian-style salsa verde with garlic, capers, the anchovies in there, but nobody will know. So don't even tell them about it. And finished it with parsley and lemon juice, and then streamed slowly olive oil into the Cuisinart. I'm serving that on the side for, you know, a little kick. Beautiful job. Thank you.
Good job.
High five.
Thanks.
Me being the consummate professional, I got the privilege of working with not just one beautiful lady, but two exceptionally beautiful women. So, but that would be a natural thing. I mean, that wasn't even up for discussion, you know. Okay, ladies, we're gonna make a classic bolognese sauce. I know you're getting ready to go to Tuscany. We want to kind of get you in the mood, so we're going to do something real quick, real easy, very, very, very traditional type of a dish. You want to get started? Well, first you take some olive oil, put it in a nice hot pan. You want to render down some pancetta. After it becomes nice and brown, you want to add a sofrito, which is onions, carrots, and celery. Then we added some ground beef, veal, and pork.
He was awesome. So friendly, outgoing, made it fun, interesting. I learned so much.
Okay, now we're going to add the fresh garlic. Now that's fresh roasted garlic. That really adds, again, another level and another depth of flavor.
Cooking with Art was amazing, and I've learned quite a bit. and the garlic is going to stay with me for quite a while.
Added some San Marzano tomatoes. We added a little tomato paste for thickness, a little tomato sauce for some depth. We added some fresh oregano, fresh thyme, butter, cream, salt, pepper, cinnamon, and nutmeg, which are traditional in the bolognese sauce. Let it simmer, add a little Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, brought it to the plate for presentation, made it real true Italian.
One word that would describe today was just unforgettable.
It was outstanding.
Well, everything was delicious, and I just had so much fun making it and working with the chefs and spending the day with my friends.
It's just another great friend moment, more bonding, and so much fun to cook together.
It was great. It was fun to cook and learn different little tricks and figure out what ingredients you can use to make something quick and easy.
This will definitely prepare us for our trip to Italy.
And as we say at the end of every meal, chi mangi bene, vive bene, which means he who eats well lives well. If you eat Tuscany food or homemade Italian, it's a beautiful thing.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Artisan Kitchens and Baths, Western New York's most interactive showroom.
I only went to talk. Didn't expect to fall in love. I told him what I needed and he listened. We finally decided to go through with it. The design team was with us every step of the way, and we created our dream kitchen.
And within budget. We hardly spend time in a living room anymore.
Make your living room jealous. Let Artisan Kitchens and Baths craft your dream kitchen, from cabinets and countertops to appliance brands like Miele, Sub-Zero, and Wolf. Visit our showroom at 200 Amherst Street in Buffalo. Artisan Kitchens and Baths.
Arroz Eoz Italian Crepes is your window to the world. Treat yourself to our homemade crepes made with authentic ingredients like imported Caputo flour, mascarpone cheese, and Ghirardelli chocolate. Indulge in our all-natural small batch gelato with no artificial flavors and all the creaminess in the world. Take your taste buds on a journey right in your own backyard. Arroz Eoz Italian Crepes in the food court at the Walden Galleria.
We're back. What a terrific show, Jen.
Oh, I think our chefs really outdid themselves today.
I want to remind you,
before we go, we just hope you'll support our local businesses. They partner with us in the show, and they do such a great job. It's really a win-win for all of us.
You want to support those local restaurants, those local businesses. You know, keeps the economy going, keeps it all local here in Western New York.
Yes. And you know what? Next week we'll be back here on Channel 7. We sure hope you'll join us then. For the staff and crew at Key Video Productions and our entire team, those guys behind the camera, I'm Jan Farrington.
And I'm Oliver. Remember, food rules.